Ever wondered how to change the oil on your 2002 Chevy Silverado 1500? Well, you're about to learn a new skill. Today we're diving into the world of do-it-yourself auto maintenance, specifically an oil change. This process is simpler than you might think, and it involves draining the old oil, changing the oil filter, and then adding new oil. And don't worry, we'll guide you through each of these steps. Stay tuned to discover a simple and cost-effective way to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Before we begin, gather these essential items. You'll need 5 quarts of the right kind of oil, so check your vehicle's manual to ensure you purchase the correct type. Next, you'll need an oil filter. The model number will depend on your vehicle, so again, refer to your vehicle's manual for guidance. Now, let's talk tools. A box end wrench or socket set will help you remove the oil drain plug. A combination wrench set is also handy for various tasks. An oil filter wrench is a must to loosen the old oil filter, and a funnel will ensure a mess-free oil refill. Don't forget a drain pan to catch the old oil. Aim for one with at least a 6-quart capacity. Lastly, grab some gloves to protect your hands and some rags or shop towels for cleanup. With these tools at the ready, you're all set to start the oil change process. First, ensure your vehicle is safely positioned. This is paramount as you don't want your Chevy Silverado tipping or rolling while you're under it. Start by parking your vehicle on a level surface. This will ensure accurate dipstick readings later on. If you don't have a level surface, try to make one. Safety first, always. Next, engage the parking brake. This will prevent the truck from moving while you're setting up. Now, you're going to need a jack. Use it to elevate the front end of your vehicle. Remember, you're going to be under there, so make sure it's secure. Use jack stands for added security. They'll provide an extra layer of safety in case the jack fails. Once your Silverado is elevated, give it a little push. Does it wobble? If so, reposition your jack and stands until everything is rock solid. Now that your vehicle is secure, you can start with the oil change. Now, it's time to drain the old oil. To start, we're going to locate the oil drain plug. This is typically located on the underside of the vehicle's engine. It's essentially a bolt that's used to keep the oil inside the engine. It's important to be careful here as the oil may be hot if the engine has been running recently. Once you've located the drain plug, you'll need a wrench or socket that fits it perfectly. You don't want to strip the head of the bolt, so make sure you're using the right tool. After you've fitted the wrench or socket over the drain plug, you can begin to turn it counterclockwise. Remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. As you loosen the plug, you should start to see some oil seeping out. This is a good sign that you're making progress. But be careful, the oil might be under pressure and could spray out once the plug is fully removed. Before you remove the drain plug completely, it's a good idea to have an oil drain pan ready. Position it underneath the drain plug. As the oil begins to flow, adjust the position of the pan if needed to catch all the oil. Now, remove the drain plug entirely. The oil will start flowing out into the drain pan. It's a good idea to wear gloves during this step, as used motor oil isn't something you want on your skin. Allow the oil to drain completely. This can take several minutes, so be patient. It's crucial to remove all the old oil to ensure that your engine gets a fresh start with the new oil. While the oil is draining, take a moment to inspect the drain plug. If it's damaged or worn, now would be a good time to replace it. Once the oil has completely drained, it's time to replace the drain plug. Simply screw it back in clockwise using your wrench or socket. Make sure it's tight, but don't over-tighten it. You don't want to damage the oil pan by stripping the threads. Once the oil has completely drained, replace and tighten the drain plug. Next up, replacing the old oil filter. This step is crucial as the oil filter plays a pivotal role in keeping your engine clean by trapping any dirt and metal particles that have made their way into the oil system. Firstly, locate the oil filter. On a 2002 Chevy Silverado 1500, it's found on the driver's side of the engine, towards the front. It's a cylindrical component, often painted white or orange, and it should be clearly visible. Once you've found the filter, place an oil drain pan underneath it. This is to catch any excess oil that might spill out when you remove the filter. To remove the old filter, you'll need an oil filter wrench. This tool is specifically designed for this task and will make the job a lot easier. Attach the wrench to the filter and turn it counterclockwise. It may take a bit of effort, but it should eventually loosen and you can then unscrew it by hand. Be careful as you remove it, as it will still be full of old oil. Before you install the new filter, take a moment to prepare it. Apply a small amount of new oil to the rubber seal on the top of the filter. This helps to ensure a good seal and makes it easier to remove the filter next time. Now, you're ready to install the new filter. Simply screw it into place where the old filter was. It should go on easily and you can tighten it by hand. Once it's snug, give it another quarter turn with the filter wrench to make sure it's secure. Remember, over-tightening can cause damage, so be mindful not to apply too much force. A good rule of thumb is to tighten until contact, then give it an additional 3/4 of a turn. And there you have it. You've successfully replaced the oil filter on your Chevy Silverado. With the new filter in place, you're ready to add the new oil. Now let's fill up with fresh oil. The first step in this process is to locate the oil filler cap. It's typically located on top of the engine and labeled with the word oil or an oil can symbol. Once you've found it, go ahead and unscrew it. This is where we'll be pouring our fresh oil. Next, you'll want to grab your funnel. It's crucial to use a clean funnel to avoid any contaminants entering your engine. Place the funnel in the oil fill hole. Now, it's time to pour in the new oil. The type of oil you use is crucial. Your vehicle's owner manual will specify the right type for your engine. For a 2002 Chevy Silverado 1500, for instance, it's typically a 5W30. But how much oil should you add? It's a common question. Your owner's manual will also provide guidance on the required quantity. In general, most vehicles will take between 4 to 6 quarts, but it's always better to add less at first, then top it up as necessary. So, grab your oil container and start pouring slowly into the funnel. Take your time. Rushing can lead to spills, which are not only messy, but can be harmful to the environment. After you've added about 3/4 of the expected amount, take a pause. It's time to check the oil level. Remove the funnel and replace the cap. Start the engine and let it run for a few seconds. This allows the oil to circulate throughout the engine. Turn off the engine and wait for a couple of minutes for the oil to settle. Now pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean, and push it back in. Pull it out again and examine it. The oil should be between the 2 marks on the dipstick. If it's too low, add more oil, a little at a time, until it's at the correct level. Once you've achieved the right oil level, replace the dipstick and screw the oil cap back on. And that's it. You've successfully added new oil to your engine. Ensure the oil level is correct by checking the dipstick. Congratulations! You've successfully changed the oil on your 2002 Chevy Silverado 1500. Let's quickly run through what we've accomplished today. First, we gathered all the necessary materials, then set up our workspace. We drained the old oil from the vehicle, ensuring to catch it properly for safe disposal. Next, we removed the old oil filter and replaced it with a new one. Finally, we added fresh oil to the engine. Now, let's talk about some maintenance tips to keep your engine running smoothly. It's important to check the oil level on a regular basis. This can be done easily with the dipstick located under the hood. Ensure the engine is cool before you do this to avoid burns and to get an accurate reading. When it comes to the type of oil, it's best to stick with what's recommended in your vehicle's manual. Different engines need different types of oil, and using the wrong one could cause damage. Also, remember to change your oil regularly. A good rule of thumb is every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. But this can vary based on your driving habits and conditions. Regular oil changes help prevent buildup and keep your engine running efficiently, which in turn helps prolong the life of your vehicle. Remember, regular oil changes are crucial for the longevity of your vehicle. Thanks for watching.